I drove out here one day to kind of look around and get a feel for the area and see what kind of properties there were. I spent almost 2 hours a day in the car just driving to be able to work somewhere, and it seems just outrageous to me now that I could ever have tolerated that much time on a day-to-day basis, not even working, just going somewhere to work. I really think that the opportunities are just, they're all over the place. You have to be a little bit more flexible in terms of how you want to structure your business or what you may think your business is going to do. It's harder to take a concrete idea and force it to work, because if nobody's, if there's not a real legitimate need for that service or product or whatever, then you're in trouble. But if you've got more of a dynamic kind of an idea that you're willing to respond to the market and willing to listen to people and kind of move with, I think there's a lot of opportunities, not just for starting your business, but just for working. I mean, that's kind of the common cry out here is, you know, if you're motivated and you're younger and you got some ideas and you got some vision and you got some drive, then there's a lot you can do. And I think it's a terrific environment. There's a lot of needs. There's a lot of opportunities. There's, I think there's more money than there is in the city, depending on what kind of markets you're breaking into. We started out doing some specialty kind of niche kitchen products, retailing on the internet, but we're close to unveiling our new just coffee site, because we've started doing a lot of, we mail a lot of coffee out. We do a lot of shipping to folks that come through every year for Christmas. People come back and visit, and every January we're mailing stuff to California or Texas or wherever they were. So we're going to do some online purchasing for that. We do all of the roasting here, so it's all of our own beans and our own blends, and it's been really positive to be able to have that control over the whole process, from buying the beans from the importers to being able to have that quality control here in-house. It wasn't really part of my original vision, but it's ended up being kind of a critical piece of the whole thing, and having our own fresh in-house coffee beans has been really pretty spectacular, and kind of rare in this part of the world in terms of being out here. We were augmenting some of those sales that we were doing on the internet with some local ones, and really the town kind of said, if you're kind of moving in this direction, in this kind of feel, you really have to think about doing coffee. And so we started from the internet to a retail store that was going to have a little bit of coffee, and the demands of the people kind of have led us now to where we are, which is a full-fledged coffee shop. And I told my wife we were never going to do a restaurant, and so now 2 years later, here we are with a full sandwich menu, but it's kind of a response to the needs that were here and the things people asked for and what they did. And it was a fear of ours, if we were going to try and get out to a more rural area where we would prefer to live, if we were going to lose a lot of the amenities that we'd kind of gotten used to in the city with high-speed internet access and particularly but all the things that go along with that. And so it was really pretty exciting when we were doing our research, and I found out that you know, here we are in Osborne, Kansas, and the middle of, I think we're in the middle of the geodetic center of the North America, or whatever it is, and you know, all 1,200 of us in the county, and we've got fiber lines laid up and down Maine and all over the place. You know, the speeds that we're able to get our kids available access to here in the middle of nowhere is it's amazing. It's really terrific. And I've always been a firm believer that if you've got that big of a portal open to the world, it doesn't make any difference where you are anymore. You know, and from our business perspective, we thought, what a better place to ship from. We're just as far from the East Coast as the West Coast, and from the North to the South, and so, you know, shipping out of the middle of the country is terrific. And having the internet capabilities that we do, you know, our web customers don't know the difference between whether we're here or LA or New York, or it doesn't even make a difference. And a lot of those opportunities are there too for just the stuff that you can pipe through is just amazing, and we're starting to use that more in the schools, and you know, there's a lot of opportunities that we never had when we were little and we lived in the big city, and those are available. It's like the great equalizer. They're available to us here, they're available anywhere.